what we're trying to do is just build a community of not only local farms and other agriculture, but also other restaurants. So so ultimately we're all in it together, and we're all small businesses trying to work and trying to use local farms and do things the right way. So I think it stems a lot from the music that I love. I always kind of use that as a reference point because I've always loved hip hop and punk rock and all of these genres of music that kind of have their base in DIY culture. I've always felt that I love the idea of the fact that we kind of did this from nothing, and it's a little bit rough around the edges. We have our handwritten menus every day, and that's why we use local farms so much, and we try to not, as best possible, not try to use any large corporations for any of our suppliers. Daily operation definitely wouldn't be the same without River Rock, without that specific beef. Same thing goes for Kitchen Garden and all the things they grow, and the same thing goes for Warner Farm. Like when it's time for corn, there's only one corn that I'm gonna buy for the restaurant, from Warner. So yeah, it's really important that it's like a family. Yeah, Warner is one of those places where I always pick up. They deliver to some spots, but it's on my way and I really enjoy it too. So yeah, I always pick up from the farm. And again, Dave Wisman is another person where there's no separation between you and he. You text Dave if you want something, he's like, cool, got you. And oftentimes, pretty much every year, when it's time for strawberries or it's time for corn, I get a little eager. So I'm always a few days early and I'm like, hey Dave, strawberries yet? And he's just like, we're picking in a couple days, but it's definitely good to have that relationship where you can just have an open text with somebody you're getting vegetables from. Restaurants, have to pay people. Obviously, they have overhead. There's any number of things, and the profit margins in restaurants are pretty razor thin no matter what. So it's really tough to be able to offer affordable food that's completely farm driven. And we definitely wanted to do that here, and we knew that the way to do that was to do sandwiches, salads, simple things that we knew that we could execute a little faster and simply. And I'm really proud of the fact that we were able to offer things. We just kind of chose $10 as a mark because really there is nowhere in the valley that you can get everything under $10 and it'd be a farm-driven meal. It's definitely hard work keeping prices that low, but yeah, we love to do it, and it feels good to be able to have maybe younger people that are in college, or even younger, like people that are in their late teens, or just working class folks that might not have enough money to be able to go out and eat this kind of food that often. So it's cool to see the same faces, 2-3 times a week often, and just know that they're in here that often because it is affordable and approachable, and they dig the food, hopefully.